Good morning, friends. I'm Reverend Kyra. Delighted to invite you to join us for this second week of Advent. Advent, the preparation. What is it that's needed for us to prepare ourselves for this time of bringing forth a higher consciousness, for a great spiritual awakening in our being, or the birth of the Christ? The birth of the Christ consciousness, but the birth of Jesus as we celebrated at Christmas. But it's more than that. It's the awakening and the aligning to the higher truth of our being, allowing our true Christ nature to be that which leads from the inside out, so that we are focusing our energy to create a space where that consciousness is birthed, not just as in us, but in the world. We all love the time of Christmas, or I won't say all of us, because some of us don't, but many of us love the experience of Christmas because we're in a giving and receiving mood. We're in a place where we're honoring and acknowledging something very, very precious to us and the traditions and ceremonies of this time. And yet, what's truly the message of the Christ birth is that this is a time where we prepare ourselves, where we release the ways that we've been in the past. And this is especially poignant as we end this decade and move into a new decade. We are truly setting aside all that has been in the last 10 years in this cycle of completion and beginning to open to this new Christ spirit. But to do that, we go through this Advent process, this preparation, that we may actually flourish that which lives as the core of our essence. It's always there. There's no place to go to receive the Christ. I mean, it already is within us. We are the consciousness of oneness, the consciousness of the divine by whatever name or knowing. And yet our ability to open ourselves, to be a place that is in the fullness of preparation, of awareness, that allows then that spirit to speak to us, to come forth and bring forth its beauty and magnificence that transforms our world. That which is the kingly consciousness or the divinely inspired consciousness within us is wanting to lead our lives, to bring us to that place. So last week we looked at hope and faith, that there is a hope in something greater that is emerging, in something that is available, and we have the faith in that which is not seen. And as we hold that we begin to spark a new awareness at a deeper level. And we travel into these states of consciousness as our travelers in those ancient times did. And we go to Bethlehem, the place of a deep sustenance, to know that we are supported and sustained by this infinite consciousness, by this abundant universe. And we hold that sustaining consciousness in the midst of our outer circumstances and experiences. And so in this time of unrest, which was very much what was happening during the birth of Jesus, there was a time of unrest. There was this ruling ego consciousness, the ruling Herod consciousness in us. And we have that. What part of us has ruled our lives? And we've given our power away to that. And to instead to say, no, I am absolutely like Mary, purified in my thought, in my belief, in what I am devoted to. I am devoted to that inner journey, to come to this deeper place, that I can follow the voice, the messages of the divine that are coming through, that know the truth of my being. At the core, we are each whole and holy. We are this divine essence. We are worthy of receiving and living from this true nature, this essence within us. And as we went from hope and faith, we move into this week where we open ourselves to peace. The inner harmony and peace that is necessary to follow in the midst of guidance that does not match what the outer world would tell us. And yet it's the guidance of our soul. It's the guidance of the divine. As the angels spoke to Mary and to Joseph, We must harmonize our feeling and our thoughts to be in alignment and be willing to travel into that deep peace where we can receive and open to the Christ consciousness. The truth is it's there, so it's nothing we have to receive out here, but we must be willing to receive the truth of our own being, to know and realize that truth, that Christ nature. And we cannot do that from a place of dissonance, a place where we're in doubt or fear or struggle or pushing against things, or perceiving the world as against us, or working against life itself in our own body, in our own mind. We must feel the gratefulness and the joy and the love and devotion for this divine awareness that is within us, that is wanting to come forth and bring us to a greater reality. See, every moment we have the opportunity to choose, what feelings do I feel? We often think we're at the mercy of our feelings, and that's the false idea of the ego. And the ego wants to tell us we're not worthy of peace, or we can't get there, or it's dependent upon this out there. But we are meant to know deep in our soul, there is a peace that passes all understanding. There's a peace in us that when we turn to our inner awareness, our meditation and our time of prayer, or just sitting quietly in the silence, in that sacred holy of holies, in that sacred inner sanctuary, we truly can ride above the turmoil of the world. As Mary rode a donkey across to go where they were meant to go, to Jerusalem, she was in peace. She was guided by the strong thoughts of Joseph that was also following. He was given the guidance. We are guided by the strong thoughts, the divine ideas that know that there is something greater happening here. There is something magnificent happening here. This was our affirmation last week, and we begin to open to what if I were to believe in every moment. There is something magnificent happening here. There's something magnificent in my being. And as I open to that realization and allow that to guide me, to know that with hope and faith, and then to feel a deep peace, knowing it is so, in that realization, all the stress and anxiety, I don't need to fix anything because there's nothing broken. I don't need to push to make something happen. I allow the guidance and wisdom of this infinite universe and the divine light of the Christ consciousness within me to call me forth, to guide me, and to have the messages of the divine speak with my inner being in such a way that I just stay in peace and harmony. This leads to health and wholeness and the realization of the divine life that is within me. And when I honor that divine life with peace, the whole world is transformed because I see through different eyes. I experience the world from a place of peace. I allow it to be what it is, without judgment, because I am focused on bringing forth the preparation in my own soul, the peace and harmony within that would allow me to birth and live from that divine consciousness moment by moment by moment. May you have a fabulous experience this Advent season and holiday. Come join us at Unity Bay Area, Houston, 1911 Highway 3 South at 10:30 on Sunday morning. Or watch us on Facebook live stream. We'd love to share this holiday with you. From our heart to yours, we say, happy holidays. Have a beautiful, joyous, peace-filled Christmas. Look for more messages next week. God bless you, friends.